at us. Hey, look at us. Look at us. Huh? Look at us. Say it again. Look at us.
I am never going to financially recover from this.
Hey, how's everybody doing? I figured I'd make another video, dealing with YouTube. I got 65 subscribers. Thank y'all for that one. It's a blessing. I mean, I didn't even think I'd actually even have a YouTube channel, and now I've got, I'm on my way to 100 subscribers, which is kind of cool. So, yeah, we're at 65, and I'm like, thank y'all again. Don't mean to repeat myself too much, but yeah, I'm loving it so far. It's been a pretty good year. Like I said, dealing with YouTube, I'm sorry guys, I didn't mean to false alarm you.
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
I know nobody's really like, I mean, you're probably a little upset, but nobody was really like hurting because I didn't go live, but I'm hurting because I didn't go live. But anyway, YouTube says I gotta wait another 10 days. Like I went on the thing, and then they said only 24 hours. So I don't know. Like I had 52 subs, and it was 24 hours later, and when I went to try to go live, it wouldn't let me. And then I looked at it again. I'm like, oh, now I'm at 65. Cool. And another 24 hours later, it still won't let me. So I reach out to support.
It's okay, man. You're not alone.
People like me who care about you.
You always have my back.
Just to see what there was, YouTube support, what kind of support there was. I had to act like I made a payment on something or something like that. I was like doing I went to the YouTube TV support, and then from the YouTube TV support.
And there's nothing up here.
It's like, hey, I'm not able to go live. What's going on with that? They were like, let me look into this. Are you still connected? Every 15 minutes they'd ask me, are you still connected? I'm like, yes, I'm still here.
2,000 years later.
Like 2 hours of that, man. They finally give me an answer. Like, well, you just wait 10 days for processing. And I'm like, what? I'm like, dang, I've had background checks come back faster than that. I've had FBI fingerprint background checks and stuff.
We'd like to talk to you about your Pinewood Derby car.
Like, all kinds of background checks come back faster than that. I'm like, what are y'all doing that I need to wait 10 days? Because it seems like, to me at least, I don't know, but you get a hold of support, right? Somebody on a computer, laptop, whatever. And it seems like to me, it would just be an on-off switch on their screen, like allow live streaming, probably says on their screen with like a green button, or something, and you probably just click on it. It's probably an on-off switch that you click on a screen.
No platform has greater reach.
But it's going to take 10 days for them to do that. I don't know. The only thing I could think is they must be doing some kind of background check first or whatever. But yeah, been dealing with that. Hopefully, like I said, I'll just wait till February 1st. Hopefully I'll be able to go live February 1st. Don't hold me to that, because I know I've probably got somebody's hopes up twice already saying that. At least my own hopes up. I don't know.
I hope he didn't stir something up more.
Just hope it doesn't end up in a thrift shop.
But I feel like once I'm able to go live, I'll be able to get a few more subscribers. I'm also thinking about taking a car window marker and then just writing on my back window of my car.
Whatever, I do what I want.
My YouTube channel, like just simple as that. And then I've been thinking about doing that for, not that I had a YouTube channel for 10, 15 years, but I've been thinking about doing that for like 10 or 15 years, like putting whatever website handle on my car, like remember back in the day, MySpace, but myspace.com/ go check my page out, I got my own website page. But it was cool back in the day. But yeah, I wanted want to get a car window marker, just put YouTube on the back of the car, and then maybe put, come subscribe and follow my journey. Might even get a couple people to check me out, watch the videos, who knows. But yeah, if anybody does check me out, they'll see the car, they'll notice the car from traffic, right? And then they'll see the car, they'll see the writing on the back of the window, and then if they go check out the YouTube, then they'll find out that I'm actually living in that car,
You know your country if
Buckle up, buckaroo!
Go, Hazel Basil!
Go, Hazel!
Whoa, Hazel!
I owe you a 10-second car.
I don't really know how to drive a stick.
You wouldn't have that problem with a V8.
It'll be kind of funny. Not really fun, more sad than funny, but yeah, I try to be positive, even under the worst situation. Like, trying to get to the point where I'm kind of getting used to living in the car. Yeah, I would like a little bit more room. I want to upgrade, the size of the car. I don't want to be in a sedan. But yeah, I mean, if I, upgrade to a van and then figure out how to get to like absolute zero a month on bills. Granted, yeah, you'd have your car insurance, but like I want to look at it like car insurance is rent. You know what I mean? I want to just kind of hop from parking spot to parking spot, and as long as I have active car insurance, they ain't fucking shit they could really get me on.
You wouldn't have that problem with a V8.
It is what it is. Like somebody said something about, oh man, he's like, I dropped it. He's like, it was broken, and then I fixed it, and then I dropped it, and broke it again. And I was like, yeah, that's the ball, dude. Like that's the ball. Like that's how we ball. Like you drop it, break it, and pick it up. Maybe you can fix it somehow. You fix it a little bit or something, and then you end up dropping it and breaking it some more.
Nope, already broke it. See that?
Following orders, boss.
Yeah, I don't want to be friends. I'm sorry. I think we're gonna walk away completely.
That's life. But, oh man, yeah. Like I do want to get a place ultimately, but I feel like for now, if I can, the longer I can rough it in my car, it saves me $800 to $1,000 a month. Granted, I might could find housing where I could like roommate with somebody for like $500 a month, or sleep on someone's porch for like $400 or $500 a month, $100 a week. $100 a week would be feasible where my current income is. That's the thing, is like I'm fighting for hours at the job still trying to get them to learn me. But yeah, like even still, I don't want to have to make more than 30 hours a week anyway, man. Fucking why, man? I don't have kids. I shouldn't need to make 40. Fucking I don't know. It's just the way the economy is too. They just want to fuck the hell out of us. But yeah, like I want to just work 30, just do 3 10s, stack them up, boom, and get the fuck out of there. Like it should be like a mine or something. You just go to the mine, do your 3 10s, stack it up in a bucket, and get the fuck out of there. See y'all next week. Yeah. But yeah, it's been fun, man. But yeah, like I said, if longer I can phase it out in the car, $800,000 a month that I could be putting in my own pocket, stacking it up, whatever. Looking at land, there's a couple pieces that are under 10K even. Just depends about, how far I want to be from work. I do think I want to go more west than east, because if I go east from where I'm at, from where my job is currently, if I go east from where I'm at, it's going to be a longer drive through the whole city. I'll have to drive through the whole city because I'm on this other corner of the city. So if I get a place that's too far north and east, I'm going to have to fight through the whole city to get to work. But if I go north and west, I can just J it around, J right around the city and then go to work. It's not going to be it's a much better drive, a lot less traffic, that kind of thing. It'll be a little bit slightly farther to work, but the route will ultimately be faster.
You wouldn't have that problem with a V8.
And then I won't have to worry about accidents quite as much, because you know that if you've driven through any city, pretty much once a year while you're going to work, you're gonna have to deal with an accident. So, you know, not necessarily your accident, but some kind of accident that's gonna back traffic up, and fucking communism. Everybody make it to work by 8 o'clock. If you're not here, well, sometimes you're lucky they give you like a little 5-minute window. You can clock in at 8:05 and not technically be late. But damn, man, it's just stupid. They just cause so much traffic every single day by doing that. And that's why I'm like, I don't even want to be a part of it, man. I'm a second shift guy. I like to wake up at noon, clock in at 4, try to be home before midnight if I can. That kind of thing, man. That's me. Like, I was just talking to my buddy tonight at work. I was telling him, like, pretty much the best job I had, I was at a weed production facility. Well, I shouldn't have said that. I just got demonetized. I'll have to bleep that out. But yeah, I was at a weed facility. You can say weed because weed doesn't get caught by the AI, the algorithm, because weeds could be anything. Weeds could be like, these bushes are weeds. Weeds on the ground. But yeah, I was at a facility where we actually grew it, and it was fun. It was kind of like being like a greenhouse worker in a way, kind of like working in the garden center at Lowe's or Home Depot, but a warehouse too. More, less working the counter and a checkout line, but more warehouse, I guess. But yeah, it was pretty fun. I liked it, other than the 7 a.m. part. They had another shift that started at 3 p.m. They did like 3 to 11. We'd do 7 to 3, and there'd be another team that would come in 3 to 11. And I was there for about 3 or 4 months. I did it for a while. But that 7 a.m. was killing me, man. 7 a.m., 5 days a week. It's not. And then he was starting to say, well, you should have just toughed it out and did it. I'm like, yeah, but my body clock, man. I'm like, I can't change who I am as a person for the job and then also still feel like this is what I want to do, because I don't want to get up at 7 a.m. And like I did it for about 3 or 4 months, and I was telling him the whole time, like, hey, man, you get me on that other shift, get me on that other shift. Hey, can you get me on that other shift? They even had another shift that was 11 to 7. It was like a swing shift in the middle of those two. So you had the 7 to 3, the 3 to 11, and you had other guys that were like 11 to 7 in the middle of those two. Yeah, I tried like hell to get on one of those other shifts, but I don't know. I ended up like on a psychological breakdown, kind of, not kind of, but yeah, I had to go to the hospital, got locked in for 10 days. It was voluntary. Like, I needed a break because I was running up so tight. And then I had that job I was doing 5 days a week. Plus I was still doing the job that I have now. Because I didn't want to get rid of it all the way. I was thinking that, well, I gotta bleep that again. But yeah, I was thinking that the weed production plant, that was going to go somewhere, but at the same time, I was like, well, let me not put all my eggs in that one basket, kind of thing. So I held on to the job that I have still. But I was only 1 day a week there. I was just Saturdays. No, I was Wednesdays. I was coming in Wednesday. But yeah, it was 7 a.m., 5 days a week at the one job, which to be there at 7, I had to get up at 6, kind of like at minimum 6:30. And then, if you got to clock in at 7 and you're only waking up at 6:30, you speed rush, go, 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 go. Can't go fast enough when you only have 30 minutes to get to, I don't know. It's just too much, man. I don't want to feel like I'm that Russian, because I'm actually not trying to be Russian. I'm American. Yeah. But yeah, like, I don't think that's the thing, man. I don't want to feel like I have to rush anywhere, man. Fucking, like, I don't know. Maybe it's just my laziness. I don't know. But like I said, once I get somewhere and I'm clocked in, I pretty much go with the flow of the work around me. You know, like you can kind of look at me and see what you're gonna get. You can see I'm not the most physically fit dude, but I try to do what you think a guy like me would be able to produce, you know? Try to produce the work that I look like I could actually produce, you know? And I don't know. Like I said, that job it didn't work out, and I wish it did. I wish I could have got on that 11 a.m. shift. It would have been nice.
You wouldn't have that problem with a V8.
I would have probably just got rid of the job that I'm carrying and holding on to now, because I don't know too much about cars, and that's the thing, is like the job itself, I need to have a general knowledge of cars, more than just a general knowledge of cars. I would say I do have a general knowledge of cars at this point, especially from working there for the last like 16 months. But there's still a lot of things people come in with, and I'm like, you know, they want to show me a picture where it's at in the car and stuff, and like, it's this piece. They have the part in their hand, and they're like, it's this piece, and it's from here in the car, and they show me this picture on their phone, and I'm like, I don't know what you're showing me. Like, you could be showing me a video of a zebra giving birth, and it would make more sense to me than what you're showing.
Okay, campers, rise and shine. And don't forget your booties, because it's cold out there today.
That's my knowledge of cars. But at the same time, when people come in and they need an alternator or a starter, you know, I know right where to go. Boom, here you are. You know, I try. My number one thing is I don't want them to walk out with the wrong part. You know what I mean? Because that just causes you to have to come back up there, do it all over again. You're angry at me.
When did you get rad? I don't know.
No, I do not. And don't you ever say I did.
And I didn't even, you know, I wasn't trying to, you know, so I try to like reiterate that with the customer, you know, like, I'm not a mechanic myself. I've only turned a wrench on a car to change a tire or a battery. You know, but like, based on the information that you've given, you know, based on the information that you've given me, and I've inputted it into the computer, this is what the computer brought back as the part that goes to the part that you're looking for. You know, because sometimes it'll give me 4 different alternators for the car, and it'll, you know, like, one's a 190 amp and one's a 220 amp, you know, and I'll have to just guess at that point, because they don't know. I know their car. Just a little bit of general knowledge I have from working there. I know more about the car than they do, and they drive it. They drive it like probably at least 20 hours a week. They spend driving their car and then don't know what engine they have in it.
You wouldn't have that problem with a V8.
But yeah, like I said, there was a guy that came in tonight, man. He's like, I just need this bushing on this end, and I'm like, what? I was like, what do I?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Type here. I was like, bushing, and I typed bushing. I'm like, but you know, but the computer needs more than that. It can't find it. You know, so I'm like, what is? It's like it's like an intake, some kind of intake hose. The bushing on an intake hose. I don't know. It's just like one of them stupid parts on a car. That's, I feel like, man, it's like working there. I see like cars are like way overcomplicated for like no reason. It is so stupid how overcomplicated they made cars. Like, all they do is transport us from A to B. That's all they do. It's all they really do. They're just used for transportation. It's like the one thing that they actually solve is a mild transportation issue. But it's like 5,001 parts. And then anytime there's probably 2,000 of those parts are crucial, right? Another 3,000 parts aren't. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, if they break, it'll break, and it might affect your gas mileage. You know, it might, you know, safety reasons, that kind of thing. You know, your, say for instance, your trunk latch. You know, like the lift support, right? That's going weak, so you lift your trunk up and it'll slowly fall down and get to a point and then close on your head, and that could be, danger, safety thing, you're just needing this little part, which I get stuff like that you're gonna need, but I don't know, man, there's certain things on a car, it's like during the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, they were putting all these extra bells and whistles on everything, and then they left all those there, well, some of them, and then the late 90s and then till now they put all these extra sensors, and you got a headlight sensor, it senses when your headlight's out, and then you have a light that comes on your dashboard to let you know your headlight's out. Like, for what, and then because it's got a headlight sensor, an onboard dash, like all this other, that brings the price up by $2,000. Oh, it's backlit. There's, there's a backlight on this thing, so that's another $1,000 because we put a backlight in this thing. Oh, we put a computer on top of this, so now there's, computer dash console. That's another $5,000 upgrade. It's like,
now that I own the building, I'm looking for new sources of revenue. And a daycare center?
oh man, but yeah, I hope that they'll be able to, like, look at a golf cart, right? A golf cart's, I don't know, I'm not an engineer, but a golf cart to me, just looking at it, looks like less than 100 parts. You know what I mean? Just based off of, like, a golf cart looks like less than 100 pieces, but a car is 5,000 pieces, and then they both ultimately do the same thing. Granted, the golf cart only goes about a third of the speed of an average car, and there's a lot more safety features in a car. But other than that, like, if I can get to work on a golf cart that goes 40, and then I can only go 55 on the road. Like, say it's a 45-mile-an-hour road, right? So you can only go 55, because if you go any faster than 55, you're gonna get pulled over.
You wouldn't have that problem with a V8.
Right, so you have a car that's capable of doing 110, but you can't ever go that fast anyway. And then most roads are either 35, 45, or 55. Unless maybe you're in a neighborhood, it might be 25 or 15, right? So what they really need to do is make a golf cart that's safe enough to go like 60, 70 miles an hour. That's all they really need to do. Another thing is, like, our vehicles, they're so huge, man. Like this right next to me, like, this dude's got this big ass truck. Granted, he might have kids he's got to haul around, so that's why he's got the 4-door vehicle. But the majority of the time, he doesn't need the truck. You know what I mean? Almost like if the back part, the back wagon, could be detachable, right? For when you just need the vehicle part, move the wheel. If you put the wheel more up, closer, like more, like if that was his vehicle right there, right? Because, like, the trunk part was detachable. You can attach it when you need it. Like, just making cars smaller, just in things like that. It's like kind of stupid, because the amount of traffic it causes with all these big vehicles on the road. Like, if we had smaller vehicles like they do in Europe, I think half of our traffic problems would be fixed, like, tomorrow, just because, like, if they had been selling vehicles like that for the last 20 years, 20, 30 years, whatever, half of our traffic problems today wouldn't even exist, just simply because our vehicles are smaller. It's crazy to think about, but yeah. It's like, and think about it, most people, they're in a car with 4 seats by themselves. Like, yeah, you do see, I don't know, you got a mom with 3 kids in the back or whatever, but man, like, the majority of traffic is 1 or 2 people in a 4-seater car. But yeah. That's it. That's probably about it for now. I'm gonna do a little bit of editing and hopefully get this video up for y'all. Get this thing posted and shipped out.
Tina, you snapped out of your funk, huh?
Funk, yeah, I did.
But yeah, until then, man, like they say, man, just try to keep the peace and spread the love. That's all we can do, man. One day at a time.
Clips you never saw.
Oops.
We must wait for Tiny Tim.
Coming, Father. I'm coming.
It's a reminder for us all that giant leaps often start with small steps.
To spread the news about peace and to keep love alive.
Huh?
It's not funny.